So Senators Tom Cotton and Mitt Romney have proposed raising the minimum wage. Now, again, it's from Republicans, so there's always a problem, okay? You're just never going to get a Republican bill that's going to be good, as a side tip. And barely a Democratic bill either. So, just to tell you about this bill, and Mitt Romney, of course, is the former governor of Massachusetts. He ran for president, lost to Barack Obama in 2012, and Senator Tom Cotton is a racist, okay? There you go, from Arkansas. Okay, so, they proposed raising the minimum wage. They want to tie it to inflation, which is good, but they also say, well, companies can't hire illegal immigrants. Now, look, as much as I want, Americans to be hired before illegal immigrants, I'm sorry, you're just never going to get that through. I mean, let's just say they had enough Republican votes. Let's say they had all the Democrats on board, which they will never, especially coming from Romney. You think Republicans will join that? Number one, it's the minimum wage. But number two, no more illegal immigrants. That's how most of their donors make their money, because they don't have to pay high wages. They pay low wages to illegal immigrants. So now this of course brings up a couple of things, right? The first thing is, you've got Mitt Romney and Tom Cotton kind of like admitting that they're losing the debate in terms of the minimum wage. Because here's the deal. Republicans have always been against it, right? And Mitt Romney was opposed to it in 2012 when he ran, and he picked Paul Ryan, former Speaker of the House and Republican Majority Leader, as his vice president, who was a deficit hawk and anti-immigrant and all of that, anti-immigration. So there you go. There's the first problem, right? But Mitt Romney, since 2013, 2014, of course he lost, so he knows what he had to do better, was like, well, we need to raise the minimum wage. Now, I'm not sure if he'll really back this, but this is very interesting to see how these two are coming together to do this. Now, you have another problem with Mitt Romney, which is because he went against the Stop the Steal thing, which was stupid as hell. Because he went against Trump in 2016, the MAGA wing of the party, of the Republican Party, is not going to want to sign on to anything that Mitt Romney had a hand in, because unless it's secret, which that's difficult to do in Washington, D.C., apparently, they're not going to want to sign on to that because they know their base hates Mitt Romney. And so now the Democratic legislation is not any better, right? Because these guys want to tie it to inflation, which would actually be a good thing. I think they need to take it to productivity, but the Democrats want to do it where you raise the minimum wage, but it takes 5 years to get to $15 an hour, and then they want to tie it to the median wage, which doesn't actually help anything, because if the median wage falls, the minimum wage falls. Hello? If it goes up, then sure, it could go up, but I think we need to tie it to either inflation or, better yet, productivity. Just being honest, we need to tie it to productivity, because then the minimum wage goes up by how much the workers produce an hour, and therefore the workers are going to produce even more, and therefore the wages right now would be at $25 an hour had that happened. Because they actually tied it to productivity in the 70s. And so both of these bills are kind of whack. They're kind of stupid. And just some facts for you. So Dan Price, I think it is, tweeted out. And he said that if we look at CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, came out, as I said a couple weeks ago, maybe last week or a couple weeks ago, and they said that, oh my God, it'll cost 1.4 million jobs. Well, since 1979, according to the wage, when the wage has been raised, in 139 states, right? If you look at 139 states, 139 city-state wages, right? So cities in different states. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. When the wage went up, nobody lost their jobs. In fact, jobs actually grew. So the amount of jobs actually grew. They did not fall. The other thing is that people say, oh my God, it's going to hurt the people. It's not fair to the people already making $15 minimum wage. Well, it's not helping the people right now who are not earning a $15 minimum wage. They're earning $7.25. Not 700, that would be awesome. But $7.25 or $8.25, like here in Nevada. Or I think it's gone up by like 50 cents. That's what happens when you have a bunch of centrist Democrats running the freaking place. But anyway, so it would help. It would benefit them because their wages might go up, most likely, and everybody's wages go up. So, again, Mitt Romney, Tom Cotton, they want to raise the minimum wage. Of course, this actually is another key point. If you have Tom Cotton running for president, right? Now, you can't really have Mitt Romney. He's just a lost cause. There's no way he can run after that abominable loss. The Republican Party has changed in the last 8 years. Like, there's no way. If you have Tom Cotton running for president, and let's say Mitt Romney wants to jump in the race just because he's dumb. Romney, I mean, not really, but, let's just say it. What you're going to have is now a new debate, which is, hey, Senator Tom Cotton, you wanted to raise the minimum wage. Are you for that? Well, yeah, absolutely. Why? Because he's not actually for it, but he knows he can read a poll. They're losing this debate. People want the minimum wage raised. And this, it's not going to work. Studies have shown that. Love how people comment that, and then they don't check out my other videos on it. And then they don't study it for themselves or present any of the research. And every one of the studies that say it doesn't work is disputed. So, hello. Perfect. But again, he's going to turn around on the stage and go, well, actually, sir, let's say, I don't know, you got Joni Ernst wants to run. I don't know. Well, Joni, you don't support the minimum wage. Huh? I do. I support raising the minimum wage. And that's going to help them through with their base. But in the general election, should they get the nomination? Now, right now, Trump and his two idiot sons, two idiots, are ahead of everybody else. No one's even coming close. So, but those are just a few key points that I wanted to kind of go over. And we'll see what really happens. But right now we got Joe Manchin blocking it and going by what the Senate parliamentarian wants and all kinds of crap. And that's what you get in Washington.